Welcome to another episode of Toxic Masculinity Podcast with your host, with the most, Calvin Big Cal Hilly, coming at you live, man. How are y'all doing in the city? We in the city, man. Con City, baby. We holding it down every day for this place, man. That's what I do. It's what I strive to do. I strive to educate, influence, and keep on pushing for a better day, a better tomorrow for our youth and for our communities. Starting local, going global. That's the motto. That's the saying, man. We want to start local, and we want to take our outreach to different states and just keep on expanding. I love doing what I'm doing, educating, conversating, having those conversations that most of us do not like to take on. A lot of us like to avoid. Just being that leader in which that male leader that we say is so much dearly missing from our communities. Here to fill that void. So I just started a new wrinkle with my shows, man. I'm just starting a new wrinkle. I'm doing some reviews of movies that I'm making. I'm not movies, but some clips, video clips. I'm reviewing those video clips. You know, I got a few I'm gonna put on here, just talk about how I feel about them, you know, give my review and whatnot. So yeah, man. That's just a new wrinkle I'm putting in here, man. Just to switch it up, change things up. You know how that goes. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. This is my first clip.
Hi.
Hi, why are you touching me?
Because you smell so good.
Okay, no thank you.
Can I maybe smell you?
I see that you're doing some sort of weird psychology experiment, but if you put your hands on me again, I will call the fucking police. Get away from me.
You smell like a beautiful vanilla candle.
Help! Break!
Don't do that.
Help! I'm being attacked!
Oh my god, this is gold, by the way. Keep going. Say he's black. Say he's black.
Don't you have security in this store?
I went to get chicken nuggets, ma'am. You were next to the chicken nuggets, and I went like that on the side. I didn't even touch you.
So he grabbed my body.
What body?
All right, man. Now that we viewed that, man, as you can see, it's an incident pertaining to two individuals, one black, one white, a white woman and a black man, the young male. It would seem like they had a little altercation inside of a grocery store. As you can see from the video, the guy, you know, he kind of had she has a mask on, so we already know this is during, you know, COVID time. So already being close is enough as it is, breaking someone's personal space and not practicing social distancing as opposed to being up on her. Secondly, he's recording her on TikTok, so he's being instigator in this whole situation, which is, quite odd in the times that we are in. You know, there's already racial tension. It seems like he's trying to race bait and bait her into having a, combative session with him for whatever the reason that is. You know, I'm all the way disappointed with this clip, man. This video is just real disappointing. It's kind of odd to me too, like. In the time we're in, you know, where you know, social activism and, you know, white supremacy and issues is going on systemically in America, you know, and this is literally a situation where, you know, we would call her a Karen, you know, in certain circumstances where she's crying out rape, you know what I'm saying? Because when obviously, you know, that's not what he did. He's not trying to rape her, but situation he provoked, you know, so if she took it there, she took it there. But the situation that I had such an issue was, why did he even come and instigate the whole situation with the lady? You know, that was really, really unneeded. Especially in today's times where, you know, we're normally the ones being, you know, provoked. Not even being, well, we're not even being provoked. We're the ones that are being attacked and, you know, looked at as a issue without even being provoked, basically. Like we just by operating in certain spaces, we're already looked at as a threat, you know, and we're normally called on immediately by, you know, law enforcement to come and harass us for, you know, just for occupying a certain place and looking out of place in their eyes. But this, you know, this incident was unneeded. You know, he ran up, he did touch her. So in my opinion, that's already assault. He's recording her, so that he's already has a premeditated situation going on. So he's going in it with the situation to provoke someone. You know, he's recording the whole situation or whatever, humor or whatever the fact. I didn't, you know, it's not very humorous when you're making black people look like coons and idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of fucking jesters. Excuse my French, what we say, but it was odd, man. Stuff like this I see going on a lot in our community too. You know, a whole bunch of guys just doing things for likes, doing things for attention and out of jest, I guess what they say, trying to get any type of fame or clout. But to me, I mean, this is just ignorance. It's continued ignorance. Sound like a a big old sissy type boy trying to get underneath someone's skin and pester someone, try to get his little 5 minutes of fame. But to me, it's lame. You know what I'm saying? It's really like what's the word? Crying wolf. It's really like crying wolf in the whole situation. You know, setting up the situation to make yourself look like a victim, which you're definitely not. You know, you're the instigator. You know what I'm saying? In this whole situation. So that's how I felt about that first clip. It's a bunch of ignorance, basically, man. This time we living in, we really do not need to be in that space, you know. Second clip coming at you right now.
Hey, big boy.
I really don't get y'all, and by y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all can feel so safe around something that was trained to kill you from day one, but can feel so endangered by one harmless nigga.
man, hey, I found that video real amusing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so on point, man. It's so on point, man. Straight up, to say the least, it's so on point. Like we see it all the time, man. Like in society in general. Me myself, I'm a above average size black man myself. You know, former athlete, former college player, linebacker, football player. So I already know this incident. You know how we're perceived in this society. You know, so it's just that video. I just did it out of jest. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep a light on here sometime. But I feel like it's so true. It's so true. You know, being a black man, we're looked at as a threat immediately, just off of our, sheer size and I guess, not physically imposing in our demeanor, how we come off. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I found that clip so funny. You know, they so at peaks being around a wild animal that's literally, it's ingrained in their DNA to eat and destroy, you know what I'm saying, or neutralize a threat immediately. And a threat being y'all being in this immediate, environment, habitat. So, I mean, y'all are literally it's crazy how calm they are around that huge grizzly bear, basically, or whatever type, you know what I'm saying, brown bear. That thing was huge. And they had no issue, no tremble in their voice. But yet, when they're around us, a human being, it seems like they are a lot of times, sometimes we find people that are, cool in their elements, but a lot of times they fear us. We see it all over the place in our law enforcement. They're quick to pull a gun on an unarmed black person. They're quick to pull out a gun, weapon on us, and lethal tactics early and often. These are the people who are trained to be fearless. These are the people who are trained to run toward threats. And we see this often and often in these cities where these people are, trigger happy officers and move out of fear, literally fear. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in their eyes. You heard, you can see the video clips of guys that their voices are trembling. It's just, I mean, it's a recurrent thing. So it's just funny how they can be so comfortable around a wild animal, but around us, a person, a human being, they are ready to destroy, guns out, guns are blazing, basically. So I just find that very odd. Very, very odd. On to the next, man. I'm gonna talk about this next topic, man, because shit, it's something that's very relative to our, to our everyday goings on, It's a post I made. It's a post I made today. Actually, it said, "There's no way you can constantly be having money on your mind every day and be living a righteous life." There's no way you can constantly be having money on your mind every day and be living a righteous life. Now, what do I mean by this? I actually have a meme I can play for you real quick to kind of give us an example of it. Hold on, I'm gonna play it for you right now. Kind of graphic, but the visual is enough. You know, it's needed. It's needed. So basically, I can use that as an example of what I'm, and going to what I was talking about with money. There's no way you can constantly be having money on your mind every day and be living a righteous life. Now, if you looked at that graphic that we just saw, it was a depiction of a man running on a treadmill chasing a dollar bill, and eventually he was running into his own grave. And that's basically what us as U.S. citizens, black, white, Mexican, whatever, basically every day, that's what we're doing. We are constantly on a everlasting grind, an everlasting run. Even the definition of the word grind, like, just think about that. Like the mindset that we have, this grind mindset. Let's look that up real fast. Reduce something to small particles or powder by crushing it. Rub or cause to rub together gratingly. So the grind, man, the grind mindset is literally to reduce something. Literally to reduce something to small particles or powder by crushing it. So even the grind mindset, like we're grinding, what are we grinding down? Ourselves, our bodies, our lives, our time, our autonomy. We're grinding that down for a goal. What's the goal? Material, a lifestyle that we perceive will bring whatever, happiness, satisfaction, whatever, completion, whatever, societal mindset that's been programmed into us. Basically, in my opinion, yeah, every day you can't get up every day and be thinking about, oh, I got to pay this bill. Oh, I owe this person, oh, I got to do this. Like, oh, I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Every day cannot be consumed with the dollar spent and the next dollar that you're going to get. And if so, we're not living spiritually. We're not living righteously. You know what I'm saying? We're not living the life of a person, of God-like person, a king, a God, a queen. We're not living that life. If every day, because ultimately you are what you think of. You are what what you think of constantly is what you worship. So every day, if you get up every day and you have that pull on you, that's like, oh, I got to get this money. I got to work, man. I just had to, I had to spend that money on this. Now I got this. If every day that you're focused on money as opposed to anything else, you're destroying yourself spiritually. You're falling off kilt, off focus. And that is ultimately, I mean, if you look at it, that's the ultimate point of money. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate point of this whole society, like this whole capitalistic society in which we live in, this whole greedy society in which we live in. The money is a distraction. So that's the ultimate, just like in that video I just showed you, how the guy, he had the money on the string and run on a treadmill. The money is a distraction, you know what I'm saying? You see he had all the nice clothes and whatnot, but it was just, it didn't take long. Like he was running toward a grave, basically. Like he was running as fast as he could. As fast as he was running, he was not getting any closer to that dollar that he thought, or the dollar on the string is the mindset of the lifestyle he planned on having. So you'll never have enough, basically. Like you'll always be chasing and searching for the next thing, because you can obviously in this world we know you can never have enough money. Like that's the trick. That's the kicker of it all. They play us to love, worship it. Just every day be addicted to it. Every day be chasing it. Every day have it on our minds. Every day just be constantly suppressed and oppressed by this dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to save here, cut here. A lot of people try to do things with money where they can't afford. They overdo their money. spend too much of it. So it's constantly a battle just to, stay just to stay spiritually on kilt, which is very hard in today's society. With inflation, we see that all the time. Gas prices, everything. So I mean, it's a constant struggle. But the constant struggle, I mean, it's basically like this. Like I'm gonna use this as an analogy. If you're drinking, if somebody is an alcoholic, you may not see. Basically, you may not see the damage that you're doing to yourself in a week. If you're alcoholic, you drink whatever every day, drink a pint every day. You may not see the damage that it's doing to you on a day-to-day, or maybe not even on a month or a week or whatever. I mean, months, years, but basically over the time you are weakening yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it will eventually catch up to you. Same way with chasing and worshiping money. You may see the fruits of your labor. You may be like, oh, I love being drunk, whatever the situation. You may like, oh shoot, man, I'm having fun. I'm doing this. I may not see my kids a lot, but I'm getting this money for them, but blase. Ultimately, you may not see the damage that's being done, but until the end, and that's the point of money, it pacifies you. It keeps you down. Like it keeps you in a state of, being, like I just said, being pacified, a state of, not even, basically being static. It keeps you in the place of being static. Like everything that you're basically stuck. Like in the society we live in, you're basically stuck. I've seen memes. I've shared memes where it said $100,000 is not enough to live off of, basically. So I mean, we know only 5% of people make over $100,000. I mean, it's been shown only 5% of Americans make over 100,000. Everybody fakes and flaunts and acts like they make so much, but in all reality, they do not. So basically, that's it. Like we're basically chasing something that doesn't want to be caught. We don't work together. We don't pool our resources to build any greater infrastructure for the community. And basically, there's no way. I mean, like I said, if you be constantly worshiping and chasing money on your mind every day, money. I got to get money for shoes for my daughter. I got to do this, whatever. If every day your mind is on money, it is not having time to do anything else. And that's the point. That's the purpose of it. They don't want you to do anything else. But what you've been structured to do, gain wealth individually, gain things and want materials individually, which will entail which will basically entails you having to continuously chase the money. So if I will get you to worship these things, these high-end things, high-end products, whatever it may be, then you must, and then just due to the situation, through the process, you will have to keep living in the proverbial gerbil windmill, the little windmill, the little gerbil wheel. You're going to be stuck in the gerbil wheel, basically. So it's a big distraction, man. Hey, we can continue to think it isn't. But yeah, man, every day, if you're living for money every day, you're not living a righteous life, and you're living to be controlled by, the devil, basically, which is, the Caucasian society is the devil. All right, next topic. My next topic is, man, I made a meme. I made a post. My bad. I keep saying meme. I made a post. It said you have to make it up in your mind. This may sound cliche or lame to the trained, conditioned mind, but you have to make it up in your mind to be happy and disregard the negativity from the outside world. Too many times. We allow the outside world to dictate how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our jobs, how we feel about our lives, how we feel about our families, how we feel about our mates, how we feel about everything. So basically, what this post I made is saying is you have to be comfortable with yourself. Drink real fast, but yeah, you have to make it up in your mind that you are going to be happy. Now, lame people will be like, oh, nah, like most people, really the conditioned person always says this: once I get this job, I'll be happy. Once I get $1 million, like everybody be fucking saying, get out of here. But once I get $1 million, I'll be happy. Once I get hit the lottery, whatever, I'll be happy. Once I get the man or woman of my dreams, I'll be happy. Once I get my dream house or my dream job or my dream car, I'll be happy. It's cap. I can tell you right now, that is cap with a capital C. That is cap, cap, cap. Today, I don't care if you live in a box, man, you have to find a way to tell yourself, it doesn't matter what situation you're in, you have to be comfortable with what your situation is. And every day it is the outside world's job and responsibility to try to chip away at you and make you feel insecure and inferior in which the life in which you chose, in the life in which you live. So basically what I'm telling in this meme and what I'm saying in this post I made is you have to make it up in your mind that you will not be deterred, you will not be told by society or dictated by to society what your happiness is. That is something that is personal. That is something that cannot be controlled by outside. That is a personal thing. And that is one thing that I am saying that we all must one day figure out for ourselves individually. Because I mean, obviously, if you turn on the TV, what do you see? You turn on the radio, what do you hear? Turn on the TV, you see the guys flaunting the wealth. You see the guys in the music videos with the high-end clothes, cars, jewelry, beautiful women on this side, whatever, light-skinned, exotic, as they say, whatever. I mean, these are the things that are subliminally told to us by society, and dictated us by society. Black men, don't you want a white woman? You know what I'm saying? Whatever, and vice versa. It's like, you see, if you a person that buys all the way into society, man, you are definitely riding a roller coaster of turmoil, man, in life right now. Because basically you're being dictated to just be, a follower. It's like you're not even in tune with what you really like or who you really are as a person. So that's why I said, and once again, you have to find out who you are as a person. You have to make it up in your mind who you are, who you're going to be, what you like, what your likes and dislikes are. You got to figure yourself out, man. Straight up, that's the way to happiness. It's the only way to happiness, man. You have to be comfortable with yourself, no matter what you have gained, no matter what kind of status you're living in life. You have to be cool with you. You know what I'm saying? And if you, like I said, if you let the outside world dictate to yourself how you feel about yourself, you will be in ruin, basically. You'll be in a state of ruin. My last topic, I'm gonna talk a little bit about I'm gonna just freestyle off the dome, man. Think about some stuff. Guess I could talk a little bit about that. Guess we could talk about that Russia-Ukraine situation. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the Bakari Henderson situation, man. I'm gonna just go over that a little bit. The Bakari Henderson trial in Greece. Basically, is a situation where a 22-year-old man, American student from Texas, was beaten to death by a crowd of men. He took a visit after his graduation to Greece. Basically, a lady wanted to take a selfie with him. She had it was men that had an issue with a black man taking a selfie with a white woman. So one of them confronted him and slapped him in the face. Basically, it went wild. It turned into a melee outside in which he was beaten to death by a group of men. Initially, they were tried in court for murder, but found not guilty, and they are only guilty of assault. And a lot of them already served their time and they are released at this point. So basically, I just want to talk about that whole situation. Like, it's a pretty wild situation, man. Yeah, man, it's wild, man. in my opinion, and it's really hard to relate to a person like this, personally, because I don't really. I mean, I'm not the type that would be in Greece. That's kind of personally not something that the average black man can really relate with. The average black man can't really relate with Bakari Henderson. Flew to Greece with a bunch of white folks who obviously didn't have his best interest in mind. They didn't protect him when he was at his worst time. At his lowest time, worst time in life. He had no one to protect him. So basically, I just want to talk about this, man. It's so fucked up. White people jumped on him like that. He really had no chance, man. They just kicked him and beat him brutally, savagely. Basically, my thing is, I just don't really see what was the point in him going to Greece. Like, what was I mean, nobody wants to be barred from being able to go places in life. We get that. But in Greece, it don't like I've never heard anything good about Greece or any reason for a black man to want to go there. So it's like maybe I just feel like he was maybe unaware, or maybe he just was out of touch. Now I hate to blame the victim, but like you got to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You got to find a way. You definitely can't have yourself in a position where you're outnumbered and ill-matched, to take on the devils, take on the things that come your way. But yeah, his family's trying to fight for it, man. They're retrying. They're having a retrial right now, retrying some of the guys for murder. Just goes to show you about this racism, man. It's global, man. Where we go, it's probably gonna be some sort of issue going on in that area. Rest in peace to the black soldier, man. But it's like kind of situation where you kind of put yourself in harm's way, in my opinion. You kind of fed yourself to the sharks. But I just found that situation. I found that story to be, something that I had to bring up, man. Had to talk about, man, because it was just. I watched the video. It was horrendous. Just made it seem like it. Once again, like no matter where you are, this form of white supremacy. They hate the skin that we have. They hate the power that we possess. And basically they know they're inferior, so they'll do anything in order to extinguish it, even if jumping on you and jumping you. They need multiple people to get you. Now, I kind of want to talk about anecdotal activism versus statistical activism. Personally, I've never in my life heard our best orators just sitting back and regurgitating statistics in order to get the ball rolling on social activism and justice, civil rights. Stats are needed, of course. Stats are needed. You know what I'm saying? Empirical stats are needed in our lives in society, but at the same time, empirical stats will not get anything done. They don't get the ball rolling. They can be skewed. Like we need to know who is collecting these stats. So that's one of my bigger things, and that with being so much into empirical data when it really anecdotal and things being passed on through word of mouth is really how we got to where we are at now. Because there was a time when there was no data. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing to corroborate the stats or to corroborate the incidences with how we felt. We were just going off pure intuition and pure thought. So I mean, it's a tricky thing. We need both at this point in time. Statistics are great. It's something that's needed. Empirical data is something that's needed. We need to know incident rates across the U.S. Problems in certain areas. But at the same time, it's something about good old fashioned intuition and guts and experience that can't be beat. It's like, do you want a doctor that goes by the book, or do you want a doctor that's done the actual surgery thousands of times correctly? Or, you know, do you want the guy with the high grades that, you know, that doesn't have a lot of experience? You want the guy with the experience that done it 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? Over 1,000 times. Just facts. You're not gonna want to hear from the person that just read a book and then that has never done a live surgery. It's a fact. So it's really a slippery slope. Personally, I can do both. Personally, I mean, I can get down with both, but I'm a more anecdotal person. I like to talk about my experience to how I see it. You know, I feel like I'm a person of interest. I'm a person who's of note. Like, so to me, I feel like my pure, genuine thought is important, as opposed to, you know, saying someone else's thoughts and situations and opinions on subjects. Well, I just use my own. I gain my own information and knowledge, and then what I see and infer, and then I use it. It's an opinion. You know, that's what it's for. Most things that are said are opinions. You know, let's just be real. I mean, we do have a lot of stats, but a lot of things are actually opinions. We have no way in which validating a lot of things. So just found that kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? That I had to come in and make that known, man. I ain't like that, man. Somebody tried to I hate to try to come through. Yeah, let me see if I can find some more shit to talk about, man. You gotta know what it is, man. TNP all day, baby. You gotta know about XL Auto Transportation Incorporated. Come check us out. Hit me up, get at me. Need anything move, we got you. 704-785-0654. Big moves, little moves, you know, we do it all, man. Just let us know. XL Auto Transportation Incorporated. Follow your boy on IG. Follow your boy on motherfucking IG, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good old Con City, man. Trying to make a change out here, baby. Trying to bring real masculinity back to the Carolinas, man. This is the best podcast in the Carolinas, hands down. TNP, Talks Masculinity Podcast. Doing giveaways, man. We're doing whatever we can for the community, man. Hype us up. Hold us accountable. Hit me up, man. If you want to promote anything, you know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it ain't, man. Hey, shoot some cash apps if you feel so obliged. We turn it up for this whole year, man. We turn it up even more every day. Becoming more educated, man. Just getting it done, man. Holla at me.